Hi YouTube, Cyan here with a Helldivers2 video on the new minor patch that was just released today, March 6th, 2024. And I'm going to go over the patch notes, give a little bit of my commentary on what I think about the patch notes, and let me know down in the comments. See if you agree, if you disagree, let me know. We'll have a nice discussion about that. And if you like this content, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube, and to see me stream live. I'll be going live in about an hour now. So come check it out. We'll talk there, and we'll be getting right into it. So we had some minor updates to the planetary hazards. More fire tornadoes, more meteor showers on planets, which I think is going to be pretty cool. I personally have never seen the fire tornado or the meteor shower on a planet in all of my, I don't know, I've played this game for about 100 hours now or something like that. Um, and I have yet to see these. I think they're going to be really cool. I'm glad that they're adding it to more planets because I want to check them out. I can't wait to watch some of my friends get destroyed by a meteor, or even myself. It's going to make for some fun times out there while we're, spreading democracy and spreading liberty. To all these planets. The eradicate missions do require more kills and enemies spawn more often. I still think we're going to use these to farm to get to level 50. I did this a little bit while I was playing, and it's kind of fun. It's a little boring at times, but it's definitely the fastest way to get your war bonds, to get your stratagems unlocked, and also to get your level to level 50. But I personally just like to play the game. I like to do all the missions, but I know they're trying to fix this somehow so people do this a little bit less. I still don't think it's gonna. I think the people are gonna still do this the same way. Players really more kills unless it's like an insane amount where the mission takes an hour to do. I think people are still gonna farm these to get their levels up. Some big changes to the weapons. The breaker shotgun, I don't see a big change in this. Like, you got 3 less bullets and you get a little bit more recoil. I don't feel like the recoil in this game's that bad unless you're getting shot at. So maybe versus the automatons it might be bad, but other than that, 3 less bullets per magazine. I don't see that as a big nerf. There's plenty of ammo all around the map. I know I'm constantly running out of it, but you always have the resupply. You always have ammo where all the samples are, all the little diamonds on the map that you can go and find. I just don't see this as a big nerf to it. I still think it's probably going to be meta. It all depends on what the Punisher and the Breaker Spray and Pray, those buffs did to them. Those might turn into being meta. I'm not sure. We'll go right down to the Punisher before we go into the support weapons. But the Punisher, increased ammo capacity, definitely needed that. That shotgun is it's really good. The stagger force increase is great. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make this gun up there in contention, but it is the first shotgun you get. So for newer players starting off, they're going to have a little bit easier time than we did starting off, with definitely the damage going up from 40 per bullet to 45. Now, the Punisher, I don't know if they're getting it confused with the Slugger, but the Punisher, I thought that the damage on it was like 100. I don't know if that's because it only fires like 2 or 3 pellets per round or not. So I don't know where the 40 and 45 is coming from, but we'll see. The Breaker Spray and Pray, increased armor penetration, increased fire rate, increased the number of pellets from each one, but they did decrease the magazine size. I mean, I don't see, like I said, the decreasing the magazine size, decreasing the ammo capacity. I think you have enough all around for this, so I don't see this as a big deal. But the increase in fire rate, I mean, that's going to help. The increase in pellets is definitely going to help. You get 4 more pellets per shot. So, and the armor penetration is definitely going to help. I could see this being, it was a pretty good shotgun before. I could see this being a good shotgun still. Now, on to the support weapons. We'll I know. We're gonna get to the railgun, but first, let's go with the flamethrower. This thing was a self killer, you know, a friendly fire damage master. So now that the damage increased by 50% per second, I don't know. It might it might make it more effective, but it also might make it more effective of wiping your team out as you're just spraying around with flames. Now, don't get me wrong, it is so much fun to go out there and just spray a bunch of bugs and deliver that freedom to them um, with fire. But it really wasn't that effective before at the higher levels. Maybe now it will be. The laser cannon, this is going to be huge. The laser cannon was good before, but it definitely didn't have any armor penetration. So I'd like to see if you can actually penetrate some of the bigger guys, the commanders, the chargers. I don't know about the Bile Titans, but maybe the commanders, the chargers, or even just the automatons, because I feel like the lasers really should be good against the automatons, and it wasn't as good against the automatons as I think a lot of people liked it to be. So I'm hoping that this is going to put it to that point where it needs to be for the automatons. To improve the ergonomics, it was a little wonky to use before. I think you're going to be good now. Like I said, I'm recording this before I've even played this patch, so we will get into gameplay later on stream, and we'll see how these do. But the improve ergonomics, that should be good for the laser cannon, and it was a good weapon before, so I think it's going to be a great weapon now. Now the railgun. All right, the meta gun, everyone's tried and true railgun. The decreased armor penetration in safe mode. If you were using this in safe mode before, then make sure you hit that X button or whatever button it is on PC to put it into unsafe mode. You should never use this gun in safe mode. It just wasn't worth it. It charges up long enough where you can release the trigger before killing yourself. Now there are times where I sat there and, I was trying to go for a certain shot and I couldn't get it lined up right, and boom, I definitely killed myself. But I don't think that you should ever use this in safe mode. So I don't see this as a major nerf at all. The decreased damage against durable enemy parts. I know you always try and aim for the parts that aren't durable. So I don't know if this is going to be a real nerf to this gun. This is probably the best support weapon. It used to penetrate everything, so I don't know what it's going to do now. We'll figure that out. But it has 20 rounds. It reloads so fast. It's such a good gun. It really is. And I still think it's going to be. I still think it's going to be meta, but it's going to bring other guns into the options. I don't know what they did with this patch, because I really feel like the breaker and the railgun were good, and they needed to bring everything up to its level. Because going in on Helldivers, this game is hard. It is not easy. You play it on level 8 and below, it is somewhat easier. Level 8 starts to get a little crazy. Level 7 is, level 7's like a comfort zone. You want to play, but you still want to challenge. Level 7's good. You go into Helldivers, you are on the edge of your seat. You are running, you are screaming, you are fighting for democracy, but you're probably dying a lot too. So we'll see what these do later on stream. Now, the nerf to the energy shield backpack. This probably is going to hurt a little bit. This is the meta backpack. I think I might start going with the jump pack, because that's just going to get you out of danger and you won't have to worry about the energy shield. The energy shield, I think, for the automatons, still probably going to run that. I understand they increased the delay, but if you can get your energy shield to, when it goes down and you get hit and you stim, you should get your energy shield back before that stim runs out, or you can get to cover and stop getting shot at. So I don't know how big of a delay it's going to be, but we'll have to see on that. It might be a huge nerf, and I might just, be crazy. Probably am. Now this is huge. This is amazing. I love that this is going to happen. I hope that the decreased spread on it actually is more of a concentrated area, like one hive or one enemy base rather than, I don't know, the entire map, it seemed like before, because these orbital barrages are awesome. Increasing the duration, I mean, I don't think that needed to happen because they were long enough. What was the 380 millimeter, like 15 seconds or something? It would call down barrages, but it called it down over such a big area that it wasn't effective. It never really hit anything. This decreased spread, I can't wait to see what this is all about. And these stratagems, I would love to use the 380 millimeter or the 120 millimeter orbital barrages more often than I do now, and I'm very excited for this. Then they did some hot fixes here. They fixed the armor rating values, not reducing damage as intended. So we'll have to see what the difference is between light armor and heavy armor. The scout perk I still think is going to be the best because you can't be seen. I mean, literally, bugs could be walking on top of you as you're laying down, and you'll be fine as long as you're hidden. But it is going to help that the armor ratings, because right now it was just use the scout armor, use the light armor, so you're as fast as possible. You can't be seen as much by the enemies. I think that this is going to be very interesting to see what the difference is between getting shot at with light armor and getting shot at with heavy armor. But we'll have to check that out too. Fix certain bug holes, including stalker nests, were unnecessarily hard to destroy. That's good. I think when you threw a grenade at it and it blew up right on it and it didn't get destroyed, that got frustrating. That definitely got frustrating when you were doing that. So we'll have to see what that entails. Fixed anti-aliasing toggle, not working on PS5. I don't play on PS5, but I'm sure that's great for the PS5 players out there. Balanced lighting across all planets to solve cases where the game was too dark. I'm concerned about this. I'm very, very concerned about this because there was some places where you just got blinded. The sun would come up and you just couldn't see anything because you were just blinded by the sun, or one of those lights came on above the objective and then you couldn't even read the stratagems or the stratagem code that you had to type in for the objective. So I don't know what they did with the lighting. We'll check that out. Improve flashlight efficiency. That's pretty cool. The flashlight, it was like this little tiny thing. And now if it's bigger, that's going to be good. I'll give it that. That was a win there. Increase visibility during sand, rain, weather on Etna Prime. Okay. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. I might run the tutorial again. We'll see what newcomers get to go through now, because the last tutorial, I mean, it kind of stabbed you a few times and you healed and you ended up killing yourself with a stratagem. It was pretty fun, pretty comical. So we'll see what happens there. Improved cases where materials could look blurry. Lighting graphics was set to low. All right. Fixed timing issues that occur in the extract primary objective. I don't think I ran into any of those issues. Change button interaction behavior for the bunkers. Okay, that's good. So now you don't have to click the bunker. You'll just come off of the little keypad that you press. That's a good change. Fix some of the large assets floating in the ground. I mean, not really the most important thing, but it was kind of funny running by something, seeing it floating in the air and wondering how that got there. Helldivers standing next to ICBMs during launch will get properly toasty with a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. We're going to test that. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to test that. That's going to be a good one. And I'm probably going to coax some friends into testing that one too. Fixed unthrowable snowballs after ragdolling. I still have not found a snowball spot. I want to have a snowball fight in this game, and I still haven't found a spot where you can throw the snowballs. So I don't know anything about the ragdolling, but sounds pretty cool. I'm glad they fixed that. Fix being able to use grenades after drowning. All right. you're drowning in this game, I mean, just no. Helldivers do not like water. We can't swim. We're just we're people for land. We spread democracy on land, not on the sea. We maybe we'll get a spinoff of Helldivers in sea or something like that. But for right now, stick to land. Camera no longer locked on player's own corpse and blocking spectator mode. That's good. Now you get to see what your friends are getting into after you get crushed or blown up in this game, which is pretty cool. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas generated by other players. Didn't we do that before? I feel like that happened before. Maybe it didn't happen enough. Now with the flamethrower and that, you might be killing teammates more often than you think. So that'll be makes for some good times. Armor no longer stretches when dismembered. Okay, so that's some patch issues. And then they got the known issues, which there's a whole bunch of known issues. We're just kind of focused on what they fixed for this video. So that's it. Overall, I think I'm gonna give it a win. I think the Helldivers and Arrowhead team are doing amazing on this game. I absolutely love it. I hope you love it too. I hope you come join me on stream later. And I'll see you in the skies. See you down there, hell diving and on the planets with me, and keep spreading that democracy. Thanks, YouTube.